Thank you very much, Jazz Trio. Thank you. We will be starting in just a few minutes, but a big round of applause for our Jazz Trio tonight. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Welcome. My name is Chris Rao. I am the very proud principal of Lewis S. Mills High School. Welcome to the graduation of the class of 2026. If I could ask all of you now to please stand as we welcome members of our central office, our Board of Education, our First Selectmen, and the faculty of Lewis Mills High School. All right, and now the moment I know you've been waiting for, the class of 2026.
the last person.
These are your 162 members of the class of 2026. And now, if you would please remain standing as I welcome to the podium the Vice President of the class of 2026. She will be leading us in the Pledge of Allegiance, Rachel Fallon.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And now we will have the national anthem sung by Megan Tucker.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Well, that was incredible. Okay, that is just one small example of the incredible talent that lives within this class. Thank you. You may all be seated. Thank you. Thank you, Megan. Truly amazing. All right. We are going to move into the ceremony now. And our first speaker of the evening is going to be the president of the class of 2026 with his welcome message, Jacob Nunes.
All right, what up, y'all? Thank you for coming here tonight. First of all, can we please give a big round of applause for the amazing graduating class of 2026? Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. All right, first of all, I'd like to welcome the families, staff, alumni, and Region 10 community to this landmark event in our lives. It really is such a special day for all of us here, and I truly cannot believe time went by this fast. To start off this night, I'd like to personally thank the entire class of 2026 for teaching me a lot about life throughout the years I've been here. Now, for context, I moved to Burlington in the middle of 6th grade, leaving behind Swift Middle School in Watertown. So, most of my time here has been spent learning the ways of your world, adjusting to everyone and the different dynamics of Harbor, but one of the first things I picked up on was the strong sense of community in Region 10. We as an entire group, believe it or not, are truly a tight-knit class. With 162 of you from the small towns of Burlington and Harwington, it makes sense why it would be that way. But what's important from this is the community we have fostered with the help of teachers and parents. From bonding in the senior courtyard, to organizing what I personally like to call a pep rally militia, to putting on 2 Sondheim Award-nominated musicals, yeah, that deserves a round of applause, and to supporting each other at sporting events, eventually leading to not 1, but 2 soccer state championships. Like, come on. Woo. Oh my gosh. In all, it is very clear to see everyone has played a part in this community one way or another. And that's what's really cool about this, is that our class has achieved so much together. But I'm not blind to individual achievement either. We have some Ivy League scholars and world-class fighters, just to name a few. However, without this support, we wouldn't have been able to accomplish all that we did throughout these years of middle school and high school. So thank you all for showing me the importance of community. Lost my page for some reason. Here we go. In addition, you have all taught me why and how creativity is so impactful. Between rap battles at 7th grade recess starring Mihao and James, directing our own Lewis Mills faculty to their new parking spots during senior prank, essentially being temporary crossing guards directing the cars where to go, and to improving Regina George with no pants on midway through a live production of Mean Girls, our class has always found a way to be unique, which is so important to have because creativity truly connects people, whether it's sharing personal interpretations of a masterpiece like Van Gogh's Starry Night, or collectively rolling your eyes when someone says 6'7". Yeah, I made a 6'7" joke. I apologize, but it had to go. It had to be in there.
Joke was so stupid.
I know, Dylan. I know it was. It had to happen, though. But in all seriousness, creativity really does bring us back to humanity, which is so important in this day and age. So please, class of 2026, keep that creative spark with you, because I'm sure it will make a true difference in this world. And finally, I'd like to thank you all for teaching me how to be fun. Now, obviously, I'm still learning how to do that. I'm a little bit boring sometimes, but overall, you've helped me realize what fun really means to me. And the weird thing is, I can't give you a definition of it. I honestly believe it differentiates between people, and I don't want to limit what fun could or could not be. But I can tell you what I have thought was fun from the past 6.5 years in public education. I'll always remember the bus rides home from sports games, cutting hair in the locker room, soccer in the morning with Mr. G, then turned Mr. Lux. But most memorably, I will remember popping milk cartons. I'm not popping it. But for reference, these are the school milk cartons we're giving out during lunch. You can see True Moo, chocolate, free frat milk, great. I'm not advertising anything. It's not full, don't worry. But basically, we used to finish our milk, right, drink it all up, fold the top down like this, and then we'd stomp on it, and it'd make a loud noise, and we'd all go crazy. So it was like the best thing ever. That was a dud. That sucked. It's okay. Okay. Let me tell you right now, these milk cartons were a teacher's greatest test of sanity in middle school. But for me and many others, it was the highlight of our entire school day. Now looking back on it, it might not be that funny or thrilling anymore, even though we did kind of just want to pop one again. But in middle school, when we had little responsibility and limited knowledge of the world, it was the best thing ever, let me tell you. I truly believe we all need to have more fun in our lives as the busy, merit-chasing Americans we are, but obviously within reason. Now, I don't think a repeat of the boys' soccer McDonald's Cup incident from sophomore year would be in our best interest of having fun. If you know, you know. Some of you guys may know. I'm seeing Merrick laughing back there. So I guess what I'm trying to say is to enjoy yourself without intentionally hurting others. Now, overall fun has changed for everyone throughout the years because it varies with age and maturity, right? But through this change, you've all taught me that this is truly the purest form of life. It's when we feel most alive, most engaged, most genuinely involved and spirited. And that feeling of carefree laughter, thrill, and pure enjoyment is something I believe we must cherish. So please, guys, have more fun. Now, to conclude, you all have taught me an incredible amount between Harbor and Mills, and I am forever grateful for the memories and fun I've been able to have during my time in Burlington. And if you want to recall anything about this speech, please remember to enjoy your lives. We really only have one. There's no redos. And it also goes by way too fast, clearly. So go on that long hike you've been dying to try out, even if you may get a little lost along the way. Go to that Noah Khan concert, even if the tickets cost you a fortune. And go visit the Taj Mahal, even if you know you may have to really be a tourist here and use Google Translate to figure out where to go, because you don't understand the language. But in all, you only have one life, and the time to live is now. So please, enjoy tonight and the rest of your lives, class of 2026. And thank you for choosing me every year to represent you. Congratulations. Not bad.
Thank you, Jacob. Well done. Milk carton, unexpected. All right. That's not true. He did tell me he might do something of that type. All right. The next message we are going to have is every year we have a competition. And as any senior that wants can enter the competition, and we have a panel of judges who select what we think is the best speech of the group. And this year's winner is Zoe Rubo.
Good evening, family, friends, faculty, and the class of 2026 of Lewis Mills High School. For those who don't know me, my name is Zoe Rubo. I am very grateful to be part of the festivities and to be standing here speaking at graduation today. First, I would like to acknowledge the little kid in me who was willing to be brave enough and trusting enough to allow speech therapy to work its magic. If it were not for my faith in the speech and language program through our district, perhaps I wouldn't be standing before you as someone who slowly witnessed a miracle. That's what schools do for every child who passes through them. That's what Mills does. When I think about our journey as a graduating class, one thing keeps coming to mind. How each of us as a student walked into our first class, kindergarten class, with a box of crayons. Our first writing instrument. If you think about it, crayons are very relevant to our graduation today because people remind me a lot of crayons, all so different, just like we are. We all take different classes, participate in different sports, have different activities that are meaningful to each of us. No one is the same, but we all somehow fit into the same box, a Mills Class of 2026 box. With all of us so different in so many ways, together as a class, together to make unforgettable memories. The thing is, crayons themselves don't just sit in a box. They are vehicles of the hands that grasp them and the minds that conjure up ways to use them. They have a way to show their creativity using all different ways to make something beautiful. A form of expression, and express ourselves. That's what we do, and we do it well as a community here at Mills. Like sports games that fill the Danger Zone and Thunderdome with energy and excitement. Spirit Weeks with fun spirit days created by students themselves. Performing on stage for concerts or musicals, the school-wide pep rally where grades compete against other grades. And with sadness, we join to show respect as we memorialize teachers who were taken from our community way too soon. All these events allowed us to demonstrate our differences and collaborate to make our community stronger. Crayons also remind us of the important things in life. They're able to show that nobody is perfect. Sometimes crayons can break. But what I notice is even after they crack or lose their point, they can still color. High school students are just as fragile as the beautiful colors they use to show themselves, their emotions. High school is a stressful time, with many moments where we feel overwhelmed. What matters is how we were able to overcome those feelings during the tough times, one artistic expression at a time. We were able to grow and make impacts on the school even during those times. Looking back over the years at Mills, I'm able to picture them as colors, like walking into freshman orientation, a new school, a show of growth, green, which is the best color to represent the new challenges in front of us and how we will grow from them. Or winning 2 soccer state championships in our sophomore and junior year, the color blue. Obviously, that is our school color and we all proudly wear it. Spending time in the senior courtyard, playing games, exploring Boston all together, or jumping into the water at Brownstone, I would say that was very orange, because orange is a fun and exciting color that perfectly goes along with all those memories. Lastly, here at graduation tonight, where we are optimistic for all of our bright futures ahead of us, that would be yellow, since yellow is the best color to represent the positive energy and bright enough to illustrate our futures ahead. I can't wait for one day, years from now, when I will become a speech pathologist. A career chosen because as a kid in speech therapy for many years, I'm so excited to soon help kids who are like me, looking to find their voice. And who knows, maybe one day they might be standing on stage at graduation addressing their own class. So, as we prepare to leave this chapter of our lives and begin new, bright, and yellow ones, I just want to say how proud I am of every person on stage tonight. Because yes, class of 2026, we did it. Thank you for everything, Mills. I will always remember the community this school holds. Now, this is our final time all being in a great big crayon box together. I am able to see everyone's different colors tonight, and they're all so bright. Now, class of 2026, go spread your color at the next chapter of your life. I'll be waiting for some colorful miracles from this class.
Thank you, Zoe. Well done. Now we'll have the Board of Education greeting. I know that Mr. Savell is always thrilled I put him right in the middle of the student speeches. But our Board of Ed chairperson, Mr. Scott Savell.
That's not fair. Very well done, everybody. Thank you, Mr. Rao. Great placement. It is my honor and privilege as chairman of the Board of Education to welcome the family, friends, faculty, staff, and distinguished guests gathered here this evening to celebrate the graduation of the class of 2026. Graduates, congratulations. You made it. And congratulations to your families and loved ones who've supported you every step of the way. The Board of Education is confident that Regional School District 10 has prepared you well for this day and for the opportunities and challenges that lie ahead. When you look back on the past 13 years, there is much to be proud of. You have mastered subjects that once seemed difficult, created works of art, performed music and theater, competed on athletic fields and courts, served your community, and formed friendships that have sustained you through these years and will continue to enrich your lives long after tonight. As inquisitive learners, each of you was challenged. Many of you struggled at times. Some of you experienced setbacks or failure. Yet you persevered. You learned, adapted, and grew stronger. The proof of that resilience is before us tonight as you sit here as graduates. While graduation invites us to reflect on the past, your attention is rightly focused on the future. Some of you will enter the workforce directly. Others will pursue careers in skilled trades. Electricians, plumbers, welders, and countless other tradespeople are essential to building and maintaining our communities. These professions offer not only opportunity and stability, but also lives of purpose, accomplishment, and service. Many of you will continue your education at 2-year and 4-year colleges and universities. Among you sit future scientists, engineers, educators, entrepreneurs, healthcare professionals, artists, public servants, and community leaders. And some of you will answer a higher call by serving our nation in the armed forces. I am told that Connor Santoro has chosen to enlist in the United States Navy. If you didn't hear it the first time, that's the United States Navy, the finest Navy to ever sail on, under, or over the world's oceans. Connor and all those who may choose a similar path, on behalf of a proud community and a grateful nation, thank you for your willingness to serve. And Connor, welcome aboard, shipmate. No matter which path you choose, each of you is prepared to lead, innovate, and make a positive difference in the lives of others. After tonight, you will begin writing the next chapter of your story. Whether your journey takes you across the country, around the world, or keeps you close to home, you will carry with you the values, character, and spirit of our 2 great towns. And should life bring you back here someday, we hope you will choose to make your home here, raise your families here, and contribute as engaged citizens to the communities that helped shape you. Regional School District 10 has a guiding statement known as the vision of the graduate. It says, "Our graduates are inquisitive learners, innovative leaders, and responsible citizens. Class of 2026, you are the living embodiment of that vision. As you move forward, may you be blessed with good health, meaningful work, enduring friendships, loving families, and the courage to pursue your dreams. May you find success not only in what you achieve, but in the character with which you achieve it. Congratulations, class of 2026. Congratulations to your families, and may God bless each of you on your journey ahead."
Thank you, Scott. Our final student speaker of the evening represents one of the top scholars from the class of 2026. Please welcome to the stage Lindsay Cassio.
Good evening, faculty, families, friends, and above all, the class of 2026. Today is a moment we've all been working toward. But when you take a step back and reflect on everything that brought us here, it becomes clear that what we think we know about each other, and even ourselves, is only a fraction of the story. I used to believe that knowing someone happened quickly. You meet, you form an impression, and you assume you understand them. But as I've grown up into the person I am today, I've realized how incomplete that really is. We see moments, not histories, smiles, not struggles, confidence, not the work behind it. From the outside, it can look like we all share the same routine. But the truth is, each of us has been carrying something entirely different through these hallways. My own understanding of this began at 5 years old when I suffered a rare traumatic eye injury called a ruptured globe, leaving me with half my vision permanently gone. Literally and figuratively, I had to learn to see the world differently. Over time, I adapted and grew, but it taught me something important early on. What may look like a small adjustment to one person can actually be a quiet story of resilience to someone else. While my eye may be something people notice, it does not define who I am. And the same is true for all of us. We are not defined by one chapter of our story, but by everything we've learned to carry along the way. In fact, my injury shaped my life in ways I never expected. It led me toward new hobbies, new friendships, and a deeper appreciation for things I once took for granted. Most importantly, it taught me that often the parts of ourselves we feel most insecure about can eventually become the parts that shape us most deeply. That is the reality of our class. While some challenges were visible, many of the hardest fought battles over the last 4 years were not. And because we can't see the full picture, even small moments of patience, encouragement, or inclusion can mean far more than we realize. Another thing I've learned is that first impressions are never the full picture. The person you were on the first day is not the person sitting here today. Growth means outgrowing old versions of yourself and becoming the person you didn't yet know you could be. But growth is also uncomfortable. For the first time, we are stepping into a future without a script. There's a pressure to have everything figured out, to have a perfect plan and a clear direction. But uncertainty doesn't mean we're lost. It means there's still so much ahead for us to discover. And maybe that's the most exciting part. We're not just stepping into one future, but many possible directions. Paths we haven't seen yet, opportunities we haven't imagined yet, and versions of ourselves we haven't become yet. So as we leave here today, I encourage you to give yourself permission to grow without pressure, to change without fear, and to lead with kindness and appreciation toward those who have helped you along the way. To our families, our teachers, and everyone who picked us up, cheered us on, and helped us reach this milestone, thank you for being the foundation of our stories. One day, we'll look back and realize these moments of uncertainty weren't holding us back at all. They were quietly guiding us toward new directions and shaping us into the people we were meant to become. And if there's one thing our class should carry forward, it's that we are all so much more than the first impressions, struggles, or labels that once defined us. With that, congratulations, class of 2026. I wish you all the best in whatever the future holds for you. Thank you.
Thank you, Lindsay. Very well done. We are now going to have a brief musical interlude in the middle of this ceremony. I'd like to welcome to the stage a couple of familiar names. Jacob Nunes, Megan Tucker, and they will be joined by Emily Walkley, and they will be singing God Bless America.
God bless America, lands that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with the light from above. From the mountains to the prairies, to the oceans, white with foam. God bless America, my home, sweet home. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
All right, I'm not sure how we're going to replace the musical talent from this class, but class of 2027, I guess, ball's in your court. All right, I know there's some juniors out there. Get ready. All right, so at this point, we're getting very, very close. There are just two very short messages between these graduates and their diplomas. And the first is from me, and my job is to introduce this amazing class. So, excuse me. Good evening, class of 2026, families, friends, First Selectman Doug Thompson and Michael Chris, Board of Ed members, Central Office Administration, and LSM teachers. It is an honor to introduce this incredible class tonight. Every year at this time, I take a sentimental journey through the last 4 years as I think about the impact of the graduating class. Yet again, I have been flooded with memories of a group of young adults who have truly impacted me and Lewis Mills. As has already been noted by a few people tonight, you have celebrated some amazing accomplishments, including the often mentioned state championships, many theatrical and artistic awards, an almost endless list of academic success, as we saw represented a few weeks back at Scholarship Night when over $130,000 from community donations went to this wonderful class. Among some specific memories this year are Lily Castle scoring her 100th goal, a very rare accomplishment. As all of you witnessed this evening, Jacob and Megan and Emily are leaving a legacy that will long be remembered in our musical history. I want to thank Owen for his incredible video tribute to the class that they got to watch on Tuesday. I also want to shout out Rachel and Kara for their civic action project, which brought about the honor cords that many of the seniors wear tonight, recognizing their accomplishments in areas such as community service, athletics, and the arts. The class of 2026 is the first to wear these cords, but my hope is that a new standard has been set for many classes to come. This year, several of you participated in a trip to Iceland that I know I will always remember. I hope you also made some great memories among the fjords, glaciers, and lava-covered landscapes. As I was thinking about my connections to this class, I realized that after a decade as principal, several families have been a part of LSM throughout this time, with a student at LSM in each and every one of my 10 years. I do want to clarify there was not just one student here for 10 years. They've all managed to get through in 4. Uniquely, there are 6 students graduating tonight who are the youngest siblings. This is it. with some very deep roots in Region 10. So a special shout out to the Hallett, Howard, Nordstrom, Mascoli, Jones, and Boyajian families. Thank you for sitting through so many of my graduation speeches. I hope I have not been too repetitive. Second, and most importantly, thank you for entrusting all of your children to Lewis Mills and Region 10. These long-term connections between the schools and families are one of the things that makes this district so special. The class of 2026 now gets ready for their next chapter. The 162 graduates this year are headed out to destinations far and wide. We have New England covered, with graduates headed to many schools, jobs, mission trips, and military service across Connecticut, Mass, Rhode Island, New Hampshire, Vermont, and Maine, including over 30 students to Yukon and one to an almost unknown but up-and-coming little place called Yale. Good luck to those of you headed a little further away, including New York and Pennsylvania. We even have some students who will have to get used to air travel to places such as Florida, Louisiana, Virginia, Alabama, South Carolina, Indiana, Montana, and even Ireland. As the class of 2026 embarks on this journey, they are prepared for a world that seems to change faster by the week. Your many destinations will include a future as pilots, actuaries, nurses, engineers, educators, filmmakers, lawyers, and the always vague but very popular future in business. While it may seem a bit scary right now with so many unknowns ahead, I say with confidence, you are ready. And I can't wait to hear about all of the great things you accomplish. Congratulations, class of 2026. Your time at LSM is now done, but you have truly left your mark, and you will always be Spartans. And now, we have reached the part of the ceremony where there is just one speaker between you and your diplomas. And now where I officially say, having met all of the requirements for graduation, I officially present the class of 2026 to you, Superintendent Dr. Thompson.
Thank you, sir. Congratulations, everybody. Good evening, graduates, families, faculty, staff, members of the Board of Education, First Selectmen, and honored guests. As your superintendent, I have the privilege of speaking to you tonight, but I also have a confession to make. As a former high school principal, I was often the person reminding the superintendent to keep the graduation remarks short. So in the spirit of practicing what I preached, I'll do my best. Class of 2026, in my first year in Region 10, I want to thank you so much for your generosity and your grace. You may not realize it, but throughout this year, you helped me learn what this community is all about. Now, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention one particular lesson. During the winter months, during the winter months, whenever snow or ice appeared in the forecast, many of you took it upon yourselves to share your meteorological expertise with me by email. Sometimes more than once. While your predictions and recommendations did not always align with our final decision, I appreciated your passion, your advocacy, and your confidence in your forecasting abilities. More importantly, though, I have had the opportunity to watch you represent Lewis Mills and Region 10 in remarkable ways. I've seen you compete on the fields and courts, perform on stage, race in crew boats, serve your community, support your classmates, and celebrate one another's successes. Time and again, you demonstrated that achievement is important, but character matters even more. Author and educator Parker Palmer once wrote, "We are all in this together." That simple idea captures what I have come to admire most about this class and this community. You have shown me what it means to belong to Region 10, a place where people care deeply, work hard, and look out for one another. Class of 2026, as you leave us tonight, know this: you will always have a place here in Region 10. Region 10 will always be a part of your story, and you will always be a part of ours. Thank you for making your school our school. Thank you for showing me what the Region 10 community is all about. Congratulations, Class of 2026. We are incredibly proud of you, and we cannot wait to see what comes next.
Right here in front of the table. Okay. I'll join you in 1 second. Okay. Should we give away some diplomas? You think it's time for that? All right. I would now finally like to welcome to the podium my associate principal, Jen Oddie, who is going to call all these names. And just before we get started, just one request. And I said this to the graduates earlier. We want all 162 students to have their moment tonight in the spotlight. So when you hear your graduate's name is called, please celebrate, clap, cheer, but then, let us move forward so we can have the next graduate have the same moment in the sun. Okay? All right, Mrs. Oddie, the podium is yours.
Jacob Charles Nunes with distinction. Rachel Robin Fallon. Amelia Victoria Nanowski. Megan Rose Tucker with high distinction. Madeline Grace Zimmerman with high distinction. Zoe May Rubo. Lindsay Rose Casio with high distinction. Bryn Rose Balcunas. Lucas Pacheco Barbosa. Phoenix Russell Bergamo Ball. Jacob Paul Blewis. Cody Roger Bohan. Haley Noel Boyajian. Jacob Michael Britton. Connor Paul Brown. Connor James Brunetti. Samara Allison Bryan. James David Byrne. Camilla Cabrera. Sean Allen Carr. Isaac Matthew Carano. Logan Matthew Carano. Caleb Herbert Carroll. Lillian Marie Castle. Noah Joseph Catrino. Dylan Martin Karen. Emily Autumn Calafiore. Alexander Reese Cavana with high distinction. Brooklyn D. Champagne. Connor Gabriel Champagne. Noah George Chase. Jace Jeremy Sheehy. Jason Connor Simonera. James Corrado Comerford. Evan Thomas Cushman. Anthony Michael Diorio. Lucas Jeffrey Davis. Drea Lee Delera. Logan Michael Detlefson. Peter Joseph Dina. Skylar Ann Donskoy Poulin. Austin James Dowdy. Colby Allen Drown. Phoebe Rose Eckler with distinction. Amelia Jane Eggleston with high distinction. Carolyn Rose Emery. Brooke Abbott Fallon with distinction. Ava Grace Nazare Ferreira. Owen James Philippak. Bryce Wallace Floyd with distinction. Lily Marie Fogg. Melise Mary Frisbee. Noah Foster Galvin. Julianne Marie Gorilli. Maya Garreau. John Irwin Gedney V. Vincent James Genovese. Leah Catherine Gervais. Luke Darren Gibson. Jacob Michael Gloa. Nicholas D. Golphin. John Michael Goncalves. Juliana Emily Hagan. Peyton Hallett. Riley Elizabeth Hanger. Samantha Kelly Harding. Joseph James Hartunian. Anna Beth Henry. Landon Cordner Howard. Austin Dearmid Hughes. Ethan Matthew Iannacone. Catherine Elizabeth Ann Jakes. August Paul Jones. Brody Thomas Kelly. James Camille Kennedy. Nicole Tara Kim. Patrick Klinowski. Agatha Korba with distinction. Gage Corey Kozak with distinction. Dimitrios Donald Costellas. Cooper William Crone. Maya Rose Hawkins Lagash. Michaela Catherine LaRose. Olivia Anna Letnowski. Michal Bartosz Lipka. Aiden Huth Lohr. Gavin Samuel Lubinsky. Shaylin Brianna Lynch. Andrew Gibson Mador. Michelle Nicole Majewski. Timothy James Maldonado. Carol Malik. Christian Joel Martin. Dominic Joseph Martin. Brooke Shea Martineau. Kara Ray Martz. Isabel Carolyn Mascoli. Jonathan McDonald. Madison Ella McGowan. Sophie Hazel McGuffey. Lily Ann McNamara. Hayden Julius Melangonis. Ricardo Andres Mercado Coronel. Oliver Joseph Messier. Owen William Mignola. Zoe Alethea Milgate Sweeney with high distinction. Vivian Rose Mohagel. Marcos Daniel Munez. Merrick Brian Nardi. Quinton Joseph Nordstrom. Anya Deirdre O'Leary. Ashley Elizabeth Olette. Davian Armani Owens. Colin Charles Paul. Madison Charlene Fanoff. Adina Gail Pershelski. Thomas Richard Pinkerton. Ashton Miles Prenovo. Mackenzie Adriana Quinlan. Katie Elizabeth Ravlin with high distinction. Marshall Edward Ravlin. William Christopher Ravlin. Fiorella Rivero. Emily Rose Roberts. Abigail Claire Rowe. Olivia Lynn Ross. Abdul Sami. Connor Daniel Santoro. Patrick Ryan Saunders. Emily Naola Scarborough. Charlotte Ann Schlein. Sydney Lynn Shasha. Anthony Thomas Scroy. Ethan Benjamin Schultes with distinction. Natalie Schliefka with high distinction. Daniel Malcolm Smith. Raylyn Emily Smith. Leah Paige Smolsky. Ava Marie Sousa. Riley Jade Spear. Sierra Felicia Stifel. Caden Michael Tatro. Dylan Jondro Thompson. Jillian Knowles Tizzo with distinction. Shane Derek Tompkins. Lauren Rose Trumpeter with distinction. Mitchell James Tynan. Catherine Teresa Vaichus. Lily Addison Van Zach. Gage Mason Veliket. Emily Grace Walkley. Joseph Otto Weingart. Rain Wells. Madison Faye Wetland. Anna Grace Wilmarth. Owen Paul Yegid. Anna Christine Yandow. Abby Lorraine Human.
The class of 2026. All right, there's one more thing we need to do. One more time, I'm going to call upon the president of the class, Mr. Jacob Nunes, to come to the center of the stage, please, for the tassels. If everybody could please stand, at least the graduates. Make sure he doesn't fall off the stage. There we go. All right. Congratulations to the class of 2026. If I could ask everybody in the audience to please remain in your seats. They are going to process out. They're going to get their diplomas upstairs, and they will meet you outside in the street. Thank you very much for coming. Have a wonderful evening, and congratulations.